Alright guys, so we've been pretty darn lucky over the past 2 weeks that it has not really rained here. We have the top dried in, and the bottom now, I added this window yesterday. We have the sheathing on the front that we did when we stood the wall up. But we obviously have no sheathing here, and it is time to do that. And I would like to get up to the top and finish today. Probably unlikely. I'm like a 5-hour day. So our goal today is to put the bottom sheathing on. That way our splash zone, which we're going to call down here, water is going to splash right next to the house, or especially off the end of the roof, is going to be more splashing and coming up. And your vulnerable points, obviously, for the zip is the edges where it's not finished. You don't have that treating. So we're going to get all that up, and then we're going to treat it with some waterproofing. So let's get to it. I'm doing this solo, and I was on the way here thinking about how I was going to do this today, the most efficient way possible, thinking about using blocks, but that's not really that great. So I have some heavy duty nails, and what I'm going to do is just shove these under the bottom plate here, and that's going to be our base, because that's exactly where we want the bottom of our sheathing at. And yeah, these should hold it in sufficiently while I nail these things in. You can cut this out using a multitude of tools. You use a multi-tool, a sawzall, a handsaw. You use a circular saw if you want to mark it. We're using the router. Let's get it. The reason I did that before I put the second sheet on top is because then I don't have to cut a hole in it or bash a hole in it or whatever. It's just ready to go when we get that second sheet up. Alright, so I'm cutting out our bottom plates for the door downstairs in the basement, and then also this one for the slider here, just because when we zip off our sheathing, it's going to overlap here and we want it gone. So let's get after it using the multi-tool. So it is Friday. I only got a little bit of time left working today. So I'm going to tape here. I'm going to tape our bottom portion on both of these walls. And then we'll also tape the door for the basement here. Those corners, obviously, down to the top. And then we'll do the corners last. So let's get it.